You Possum Peeps, today is Wednesday, December 11, 2024, and you're watching The Weekly Paw. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the editor-in-chief and co-publisher of Pet Lifestyles Magazine. Okay, no, you are not hallucinating. It is, in fact, Wednesday, and this is a special edition of The Weekly Paw for a couple of reasons. Now, before I get into that, I am so sorry to all of you who are in the tri-state area of New York. The fact that I just saw Noah go by on his ark outside my window with the torrential rainstorms we've had, it's been insane. And even poor Bree, I love my dog, but poor little Briorio, I gotta tell you, she hates the torrential rainstorms. If it's drizzling, she's fine, but otherwise going outside is incredibly painful. All right. As I said, this is a special edition for a couple of reasons. The first being this package from Tuffy, we're going to get into this in a second, that arrived yesterday. The next reason is because it dawned on me while I was writing a story earlier today that there is a woefully insufficient amount of pet businesses that have the right insurance from the right provider. So we're going to dive into that in a second as well. The last reason is, well, just because I love talking to you guys. No. I am kidding. I wanted to give you a quick preview of Friday's episode as well, which we'll do towards the end. Now, real quick, I did get a very funny viewer email earlier today, and I just had to answer it, okay? So, Debbie from, believe it or not, Altoona, Pennsylvania. I can't even believe it. You can't make this crap up. Yes, it is Debbie from Altoona, PA. Sent me a message. She actually owns a grooming service. She sent me a message asking, what's with all the bracelets you always wear? Okay, because I get this question a lot, so I figured I may as well just tackle this now. This one, which says Taglia Latella Galleries, is a gallery that I've worked with for many, many, many years. One of the owners is a very dear friend of mine. He is a huge animal advocate. This is, as we've talked about before, this blue one is Protect Our Pets, and it is part of Blue Buffalo's Pet Cancer Awareness Campaign. Anyone who's watched The Weekly Paw knows that I support pet cancer awareness and any effort to help take care of our forever ones who are suffering from cancer. As many of you know, Rolo and Snickers, our dogs, Kylie's and my dogs, for many, many, many years, both of them died of cancer separately. So that's one of the reasons why I wear that. This is a dot connection bracelet. So basically just you put it up to a phone and it sends your business card to them. This guitar string, I can't even believe I'm explaining this. This guitar string is, it was for Music Cares, for a program they did many years ago. I wear it more for sentimental reasons. And then this one was done by my wife. So there you go. Debbie from Altoona, I hope that helps, and try and stay away from that McDonald's if you can, okay? Sorry, I couldn't resist. All right, let's get into the package, okay? Because this is just amazing. So let's dive right in. You guys know how much I love press sample packages and goodie bags. Now, when this was dropped on my doorstep, my jaw dropped too. The folks at Interdependence PR, specifically Keegan Smith, are awesome. Now, I gotta say, I've worked with this agency a couple of times, but they really, really went above and beyond with this package. And you guys know I love packages that are this well thought out. So let's dive right in. As you can see on the side, mydogtoy.com, the URL on your screen, Tuffy, which is the primary brand on the front. I'm going to put this down so that I can just walk you through it. But as you can see on the inside, there's a letter, which we'll get into in a second. This whole package is so well built and just has all of the makings of everything that I love about the pet space. I mean, just take a look at that. In terms of the construction, you can see the side and how well it's built, how sturdy it is, and then how adorable is this? I mean, seriously. Or how pawable is this? You can't get out of this. It's paw print tissue paper. It's adorable. Anyway, So as you can see on your screen, the letter that they sent has so much in it, but they cite that these toys are also for consideration for year-round play. Now, obviously, their initial pitch was about PAWliday. PAWliday, as anyone in the media business knows, 4 magazines and the like closed a while back. So here's how smart Interdependence is. They cite that these toys are for consideration for year-round play. It's very smart, given it's December and likely, PAWliday coverage has been finished internally at Pet Lifestyles, which it was. So by emphasizing that these toys are for year-round, they impress on me that they are thinking ahead. So really, really smart. Now, as you can see, okay, because I'm going to dive into this piece by piece as I can. As you can see, they sent a lot. I mean a lot. So this is Mighty. We'll get into that in a second. And obviously, it's Santa Claus. It's got a squeaky in it. This is Tuffy. Now, it's got squeakies in it. I'm not going to press it now because Bree is standing right below the box. And she'll go crazy. This is another Tuffy 2.0. I mean, honestly, Duraforce. Now, this one, oh my God. If you could feel how strong this is, how sturdy, and how incredibly well built it is, you'd be throwing it to your dog right now. And then, of course, for New Year's, nothing like a little champagne to toast 2025. All right, so I want to dive into the pieces. Now, obviously, I'm being a little more careful because Briorio is right here, and I don't want her to grab the toys right away. What we try and do when we do testing, and when companies send us products, we try and space it out over time so that Bree can play with it and we can either film it or watch her and just make sure that the toy is exactly what it promises it's going to be. And I got to tell you, having worked with Tuffy, okay, and having used their products before, Bree absolutely loves them. So the fact that I now have a box filled with toys to last Bree over the course of the next, call it month, okay, is fantastic. And as I've already told Keegan and some of the folks at Interdependence, we're going to be filming Bree playing with these and use them over the course of the next couple of months. So, as I said, you can see that Tuffy toys are tough. They are renowned as the most durable plush dog toys on the market. It has 4 layers of material for lasting enjoyment. So, very well designed, very well thought out. That bone I was showing you, their Duraforce toys, are crafted for long-lasting fun, featuring cross-stitching and webbing that stands up to rigorous interactive play. Now, Bree has played with the Duraforce toys a couple of times and absolutely loves them. Mighty Toys, which is the other one, combine plush exteriors with tough interiors, ensuring endless fun for furry friends. I have to say, I love products that are well-designed and think through all of the various aspects of the end user. So think about this. All of these toys are waterproof, washable, and available in a range of sizes to suit every kind of pup or breed. Now, how awesome is that? So they also, just so we're clear, they also included their product catalog, and they're celebrating 20 years. So happy anniversary to Tuffy. Cannot wait to celebrate in 2025 with you guys. I have to say, I work with a lot of PR firms, as any good media person does. Having owned a PR firm for 25 years, I feel their pain. I get it. But at the end of the day, Keegan and Interdependence really, really blew me away with this package. Well constructed, very creative, a lot of fun. Even the letter citing both sides of the conversation in terms of holiday and year-round coverage, it's a really, really well done, all-around, awesome package. So thank you, Interdependence and Keegan, for a brilliant sampling package. And, I love a PR firm that thinks ahead and has great product designs and are loved by both human and forever ones alike in terms of, that PR firm's client. So, Tuffy, great job. Okay. I wanted to talk very quickly, because we're running out of time, as this is a special edition and it's supposed to be short, I wanted to talk quickly about pet services businesses and give you some quick advice. We're going to dive more into this in the new year, but I wanted to at least touch on it now as I'm hearing about a lot of pet service businesses potentially opening in January. Now, the reality is, okay, during the pandemic, a lot, and I mean a lot of folks, started a new side hustle in the pet services space. They, either started dog walking or dog sitting, or even opening their own grooming business, okay? Now, when you do that, the reality is that not all pet services companies use the proper insurance, let alone the proper insurance carrier. So what do I mean by that? Whenever you open a business, you have to, by law, especially in the city of New York, you have to have business insurance so that it covers your basic liabilities and things like that. Now, obviously, in the pet space, you're dealing with a lot more. You're dealing with a life that doesn't speak English, doesn't understand, unless you teach it commands, things like that. And frankly, for a dog, primal instinct can kick in at almost any time. So when you think about that, the insurance liabilities go up. So let me give you an example. Years ago, we had a dog walker who had a mainstream insurance company for a provider. Now, that walker screwed up, resulting in the need for my dog to go to the vet. But because his insurance was terrible and not calibrated for a pet services business, I ended up having to pay out of my own pocket. Now, needless to say, that walker lost his job with us. And we found another that had specialty insurance. So my point is simple. Pet Lifestyles Magazine has worked with a company called Pet Business International. They've been doing pet business insurance for over 20 years and have products specifically designed for dog walkers, groomers, dog trainers, behaviorists, doggy daycare, and more. Now, if you own a pet service business, as I know many of you do, because I do get your emails, I do read them, then you really, really need to check out the URL on your screen. I love these guys for very specific reasons at Pet Business International. They do what they say they're going to do, and they actually care about your forever ones. Now, there are a couple stories coming out in both Pet Lifestyles, about Pet Business International, in both Pet Lifestyles Magazine and New York Lifestyles Magazine in January and February. So I'm going to give you guys a heads up when those are published, but just a brilliant company overall, really, really nice to work with, and frankly, if you go through their offerings as a pet business owner, if you go through their offerings and the specific things that they offer based on what your business is, dog grooming, dog training, walking, and so on and so forth, they really dial down into the need of a small and medium-sized business, which most pet service businesses are, in such a pawsome way. So, again, you're going to hear more about Pet Business International over the course of the next couple of months. All right, one more thing. Another quickie to talk about. And this is a little painful. If you use shock or prong collars, please just stop. I am blown away by how many irresponsible folks there are out there who are using prong collars. Prong collars were originally designed for very dangerous, lethal canines. They were never intended to be used in the home. But it caught fire with a couple of highly aggressive celebrity dog trainers who, frankly, should be in prison for making this suggestion that their customers use a prong collar. Prong collars can end up digging through the muscle tissue in a canine's neck. And if used incorrectly, it can actually break their neck. So we'll get into that in a second. But yesterday, I left what was allegedly a very responsible pet parent group on Facebook because there were so many members from Long Island that kept promoting prong and shock collars. It was insane. And when I pointed out that there's a better way, especially for the safety of their pet, like using what's called a halty or a gentle leader, it's also called a head harness, some dolt tried telling me a head harness is more dangerous than a prong collar and it can kill your dog. Well, I've been using them for over 20 years. As you all know, I've helped to save over 100,000 animals in my life. I've had dozens upon dozens of pets. And not once have I had a problem with a halty or a head harness, okay? I do know people, however, who've had major, major problems that have cost them tens of thousands of dollars because they used a prong collar. Now, shock collars are a little different. Yeah, they've lowered the voltage on a lot of them. It's still not right. Would you want to get shocked every time you look the wrong way? No, of course not. So, shock collars, I would be, because of the lower voltage count now, and there is actually a requirement by law that you can't go above a certain number in voltage, I would be more apt to use that if I were super, 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 super desperate. But overall, prong and shock collars to me are just, and this is my opinion, are cruel. They don't change behavior. They modify behavior momentarily. And there is a big difference between the two. A gentle leader or a head harness actually helps to change behavior over time. And that's based on training as well as positive reinforcement with respect to how you reward your dog for doing the right thing or how you discipline them for doing the wrong thing. Now, when I say discipline, I mean no. Things like that. I don't mean the corporal punishment nonsense or, as some people use, shock collars, pressing the button because they behave badly. That is a bad precedent to set with a dog, especially if that dog is a big breed dog, because that can actually end up turning on you. You know, as much as we love them, they're still primal creatures, and they still have some of those behaviors built in, just like humans do. But their threshold is a little lower than ours is. So again, just please, folks, try and avoid prong and shock collars wherever you possibly can. All right, folks, I'm out of time. See you, Paws and Peeps, on Friday for more PAWliday action.